This is 2.6, dividing whole numbers. So we have some parts of our long division here. Inside this division symbol, we have the dividend. That is the number that is being divided. On the outside, we have the divisor, and that is the number we are dividing by. So 100 is being divided by 5. And the quotient is the answer to a division problem. So we are going to evaluate 723 divided by 3. 327 goes in the inside, 3 goes on the outside, and then we do our long division. 3 goes into 3 one time, subtract and we get 0, bring down the next number. 3 does not go into 2, so that would be a 0, and bring down the next number. 3 goes into 27 9 times, and when we subtract, we end with a 0 here. That means we are done, so our answer is 109. For 284 divided by 9, we're going to do the long division. And when I end, I get a 5 at the bottom. I don't have any more numbers to bring down, so you have probably seen it to write it as 5 over 9. But we're not going to be using fractions or remainders anymore. We'll see one case in which we do. But for the most part, we're going to do it again. And here is the same thing until this point, this 5. And so now I would add a decimal point. The decimal, when we're dividing, goes straight up from where it was. And then I add a 0 and bring down that 0. So 9 goes into 50 5 times. To get 45, subtract, and I get 5. If I were to do this again, I would keep getting 5s at the bottom, and I would keep getting 5s in my answer here. So we would write this as 31.5, and the 5 gets a bar over it. And this bar shows that the 5 is going to be repeated. Now, if we do 1096 divided by 30, 30 goes into 109 3 times to get 90. Subtract and you get 19, and then bring down the 6, goes in 6 times to get 180, subtract and you get 16, add a decimal point and a 0, bring it down, goes in 5 times, subtract and we get 10, bring down another 0, we get 90, then we get 10 again. I say, wait a minute, I already did this ending with a 10 and adding a 0. I just did that right here. So I'm going to have a pattern, which means that the last number, or where this pattern started, the number that it produced in the answer is going to be what is repeating. So my answer is 36.53 repeating. And the bar goes over only the 3 because that is the only one that is getting repeated. So let's say you buy a year-long gym membership for $250. You make 12 equal payments. How much is each payment? So we're going to do 250 divided by 12. When we do our long division, I'm going to get here. And now, if I keep going, this will be a pattern, and I'll get 0.83333 and so on. But I know money has 2 decimal places, so I need to round it after this first 3. I look to the number after it, which is also 3, and if the number next to it is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, this will round up to a 4. If it is 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, this will stay a 3. So since it's 3, it's going to stay at $20.83. And now we have 465 cookies. You put them into bags of 8 to give away. How many bags can you put together, and how many cookies will you have left over? So that's 465 divided by 8, and we're going to get 58, and it would be a remainder of 1. And in this case, since it asked about how many are left over, we will have a remainder. And so I'm not going to add a decimal. We don't want partial bags. We don't want partial cookies. So we have 1 left over.